Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it.
The static crackled loudly. A voice tight with urgency pierced the airwaves.
Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it.
The message, brief and desperate, echoed across the miles, a chilling testament to the raw power unfolding on that fateful morning of May 18th, 1980. The voice belonged to Jerry Martin, a volunteer radio operator stationed on a ridge overlooking Mount St. Helens. His words, forever etched in the annals of history, were a final haunting farewell as the slumbering giant roared back to life. Jerry Martin was not a scientist or a journalist seeking fame. He was a man driven by a different kind of passion, one that connected him deeply to both technology and nature. He was a man with a passion for radio and a deep respect for the natural world. His love for the wilderness was matched only by his fascination with the airwaves.
As a volunteer for the United States Forest Service, I manned a remote observation post, high up in the mountains where few dared to venture. My radio, my only lifeline to the outside world. It was through this device that I communicated vital information, bridging the gap between isolation and civilization. My reports, detailed and insightful, provided crucial information about the volcano's activity. Each observation was a piece of a larger puzzle, helping scientists understand the mountain's behavior.
He was a familiar voice to many, a constant presence in an unpredictable environment, his calm demeanor a source of comfort amidst growing uncertainty. In times of crisis, his voice was a beacon of stability. Jerry was the eyes and ears on the mountain, relaying updates on the tremors, the steam explosions, and the subtle changes that signaled something bigger was coming, and the ominous bulge growing on the volcano's north face. This bulge was a harbinger of potential disaster, a sign that the mountain was waking up. He understood the risks, yet his dedication never wavered. Each day brought new challenges, but his resolve remained unshaken. He was a sentinel, standing watch over a force far greater than himself. In the face of nature's raw power, he stood firm, a guardian of knowledge and safety. For weeks, Mount St. Helens had been sending out warning signals. Small earthquakes shook the ground, a symphony of rumbles emanating from deep within the Earth's crust.
Plumes of steam and ash vented from the volcano's summit, painting the clear blue sky with streaks of gray. The mountain, once a picture of serene beauty, was transforming into a behemoth on the verge of a cataclysmic outburst.
Scientists using sensitive instruments monitored the volcano's every twitch and tremor. They knew a major eruption was imminent, but the exact timing remained elusive. The earth beneath their feet held its breath, building up pressure with each passing day. The air grew heavy with anticipation, a palpable tension gripping the region surrounding the restless giant. At 8:32 a.m. on May 18, 1980, the earth shuddered violently. The tranquility of the morning was shattered as the ground beneath began to tremble with an intensity that had not been felt in generations. A magnitude 5.1 earthquake ripped through the mountain, unleashing forces that had been building for centuries. The very foundation of the mountain seemed to groan under the immense pressure, as if awakening from a long, restless slumber. The north face of Mount St. Helens, weakened by weeks of seismic activity, buckled and gave way in a colossal landslide. This was no ordinary landslide. It was a cataclysmic event that reshaped the very face of the mountain. It was the largest landslide in recorded history, a cascade of rock and ice that ripped across the landscape at over 100 miles per hour. The sheer volume of debris was staggering, enough to fill 1 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. The landslide unleashed the pent-up fury of the volcano. The pressure that had been building beneath the surface for centuries found its release in a violent eruption. Superheated gas, rock and ash exploded from the newly formed crater in a lateral blast, a devastating sideways eruption that flattened forests for miles. Trees that had stood for centuries were instantly vaporized, leaving behind a barren, lifeless landscape. The force of the blast was unimaginable, traveling at speeds exceeding 300 miles per hour, instantly transforming the landscape into a desolate wasteland. The once lush and vibrant area was now a scene of utter devastation, a stark reminder of nature's raw and unrelenting power.
Volcanic mud flows, a churning mix of water, ash and debris, surged down the mountain slopes with an unstoppable force. These lahars, as they are known, moved with a speed and ferocity that left no time for escape, sweeping away everything in their path. Engulfing everything in their path, the air was thick with the acrid smell of sulfur, a choking reminder of the raw power unleashed by the eruption. Trees were snapped like twigs, their trunks stripped bare by the searing heat and force of the blast, leaving behind a landscape of charred remains. The once familiar landscape was transformed into an alien world, a testament to the devastating power of nature's fury. The eruption of Mount St. Helens was a spectacle of terrifying beauty, a reminder of the Earth's volatile nature. The ground shook with violent tremors, and the roar of the eruption could be heard miles away, echoing through the valleys. A towering column of ash and gas, a pyroclastic flow, surged skyward, reaching heights of over 80,000 feet. This massive plume of volcanic material spread out, carried by the wind, blanketing everything in a thick layer of ash. The sky darkened, the sun blotted out by the immense ash cloud that spread across the region, turning day into night. The ash cloud extended for hundreds of miles, affecting air travel and causing respiratory issues for those in its path. The aftermath of the eruption was a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of volcanic activity, leaving a lasting impact on the environment and the people who witnessed it.
As the mountain erupted, Jerry Martin's voice crackled over the radio, his words imbued with a sense of urgency and awe. He described the unfolding chaos, the ground shaking beneath his feet, the deafening roar of the eruption filling the air.
Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it.
His final message was a testament to his courage and his commitment to his duty. He knew the danger, yet he remained at his post, his voice a beacon of calm amidst the chaos.
Jerry's reports provided crucial information to authorities, helping to coordinate rescue efforts and warn those in harm's way. His selfless actions, in the face of unimaginable danger, saved countless lives.
The eruption of Mount St. Helens left behind a scene of unimaginable destruction. Over 230 square miles of forest were flattened, the once lush landscape transformed into a desolate wasteland of ash and fallen timber. Rivers and lakes were choked with debris, their ecosystems devastated. The air was thick with ash, making breathing difficult and turning day into a dim, grey twilight.
The human toll was significant. 57 people lost their lives that day, including Jerry Martin. Their stories, their hopes, and their dreams buried beneath the ash and debris. The eruption served as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life in the face of such overwhelming forces.
In the wake of the devastation, a remarkable transformation began to unfold. From the ashes of destruction, life slowly returned to the slopes of Mount St. Helens. Plants, their seeds carried by the wind, took root in the nutrient-rich ash. Animals displaced by the eruption gradually returned, finding new homes in the evolving landscape.
The recovery was slow, a testament to the resilience of life. Scientists and researchers flocked to the area, studying the process of ecological succession, observing how life reclaims even the most devastated landscapes. Mount St. Helens became a living laboratory, a place where the power of nature to both destroy and renew was on full display.
The eruption of Mount St. Helens was a tragedy, a stark reminder of the awesome power of nature. But it was also a wake-up call, a reminder that we live in a world shaped by forces far beyond our control. The eruption led to advancements in volcano monitoring and hazard mitigation, saving countless lives in the decades since. The lessons learned from Mount St. Helens extended far beyond the realm of geology. They taught us about the importance of preparedness, the need to respect the power of nature, and the interconnectedness of all living things. The eruption served as a stark reminder that even in our modern world, we are not immune to the forces that shape our planet. Today, Mount St. Helens stands as a symbol of both destruction and renewal. The landscape, scarred but healing, serves as a poignant reminder of the events of May 18, 1980. The mountain, once feared, is now a place of pilgrimage, drawing visitors from around the world who come to witness the power of nature and the resilience of life.
The legacy of Jerry Martin, the voice on the mountain, lives on. His courage, his dedication, and his final message serve as an inspiration to us all. He reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can endure, and that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge from the ashes.